Hey friends, I just wanted to take a quick moment to ask if you could check out the Blood Donut Studios Patreon. There's no obligation, of course, but if you're a fan of what we do, you can get all kinds of fun things like Star Trek commentaries, early access to our Star Trek reviews, extra bits of fresh-faced comics, and your name in the description of every Blood Donut video. That'll all be linked below. Thank you for your time. On with the show. Hello and welcome to Fresh Faced One Shots. My name is Joey.
And I'm Jacob.
And today we are doing a special Fresh Faced One Shot today. We are covering the DC All-In special. This came out back in, I forget what month it came out in. Either way, it came out a while ago. And we didn't read it because personally we didn't plan on covering any, well, I had read it back when it came out because I'm reading Absolute stuff. But Jacob is not reading Absolute stuff. And so we weren't covering any Absolute stuff, so we didn't cover this on the channel before, but now this is going to become relevant, it seems, to our upcoming Superman arc, so we thought we should really cover this on the channel, and I figured you should finally read this. So
yeah, I should probably read it. It's probably important to read this.
Definitely. So yeah, here we go. DC All-In. What did you know about this going in?
I knew that this was like the launch of. I knew this was the launch of the Absolute Universe. This was what in the wake of Absolute Power. So this was the launch of the universe proper. I didn't realize it was two stories in one until you told me.
It's one of those things where like I lament the fact that you don't really pick up physical single issues, because the gimmick with this is cool. It's a flip book where one half of the story you read from front to back, and then you flip the book over and read from back to front for the second story. It's fun. It's a good time, and both stories end on the same double spread page in the middle, and it's great. Yeah.
And I think they kind of end with similar pages leading up to it based on.
Oh yeah, definitely. But yeah. So you knew that. Anything else?
That was it, really? I didn't know what to expect, and, like, I can see why we skipped this, like, because it's bad or anything, like, this is two stories from Joshua Williamson and Scott Snyder, who are both great writers.
Exactly, yeah. But it's it just wasn't relevant to anything we were covering at the time, and now it's going to be, so, this doesn't also, here's the thing, to clarify, this doesn't mean we're going to go back and read the entire We Are Yesterday event with Justice League Unlimited, because that's there's no point, for us at this point, but
never say never, maybe on the podcast proper, at some point.
Yeah, exactly. That would be in the far future. But this would be, I think, the most relevant thing, as far as I can tell, to what we are reading in our Joshua Williamson Superman coverage. So yeah, I guess we should sort of jump into the first story here with Alpha. This is Williamson and Snyder. They write both stories. We have art by Daniel St. Perry here, who we've been seeing a lot of lately in Tom King's Wonder Woman. So here we go. Let's sort of jump into this. We have the sort of creation of the Justice League Unlimited, which I know you haven't seen Justice League Unlimited, but this is very much a comic based on the cartoon Justice League Unlimimed.
Because isn't the cartoon also it has as many DC heroes as they could feasibly do in a TV show for children?
Yep. Yeah, exactly. It's a great idea. It's honestly very similar to the thing Scott Snyder did back in his Justice League run, in some of the mid-Rebirth stuff, when he basically made the lineup of the Justice League in 2018, I think, the Justice League cartoon, the first one before Unlimited. It was Jon Stewart, Cock Girl, and all that. It was that exact lineup. And so I kind of like that idea sort of being continued here in a way, in a weird spiritual way. So yeah, we have the creation of our Justice League Unlimited. We have the invitation going out to all of our heroes. We also have a bit of a recap on a lot of our past events. We see the death of the Justice League and Dark Crisis and Lazarus Planet and what is it? Night Terrors, Beast World, yeah, House of Brainiac, and Absolute Power. The fact that Williamson has been at the center of most of these, I think, is really impressive.
How has that man still done so many events?
He's wonderful, and really it is the fact that Williamson has sort of been building on every single one of those events, going through it as each of them have come out, and I kind of like that idea, that we have someone at the center of all this. We haven't read all these on the channel, although we've read a fair few of these.
We've read Night Terrors, we've read Absolute Power, we've read
House of Brainiac.
Brainiac.
The only one we skipped since we started reading current events on the channel was Beast World. Although I read Beast World personally because I was doing Titans at the time. But the only one I skipped here personally was Lazarus Planet. I just never bothered with that one. I don't know. It didn't particularly interest me, but I don't know. Maybe I should someday. But yeah, Williamson once again building on all of these ideas and introducing all of our heroes here with a particular focus on Booster Gold,
who's kind of our main character of this first story.
Yeah, which I guess is also one of those things that you sort of knew going in. You knew Booster Gold would be important to this because he has made small appearances in Superman. So yeah, which his plotline is basically the big thing that we're following up on in Superman going forward.
They're literally starting. The issue releases this week that this is coming out.
Yeah, so it's a good time to be reading this.
I think our video covering it will be coming next week, probably based on.
I think so, something like that. I don't know.
Coming down to when we can sit together to record.
That is the question. But yeah, we have Booster Gold here. Being invited into the onto the Watchtower. We get this idea that there are these cards that the Justice League are recruiting people with, that Booster Gold has known from the future, and he is like aware of the status of these memberships from when he like worked in a museum in the future. It's a cool idea. I always like that idea. But yeah, we had
it's this whole idea of like, oh, we're just building a new team where everybody's united, and this is the golden age of the Justice League. And with that, we get to see a ton of characters converging on the Watchtower. Too many to count.
Too many to count. Again, this is basically the feeling of watching Justice League Unlimited. It's a wonderful cartoon, with episodes written by Gail Simone. But yeah, we have then an attack on the Watchtower after our sort of big speech here, where we learn that Darkseid, having bonded with the Spectre, is attacking the Watchtower here,
affecting Zatanna and Swamp Thing specifically. Are we? I don't know. I don't know. Has this been followed up?
I'm reading Jamal Campbell's Zatanna right now, and it has not been followed up on, at least in that. So I couldn't tell you.
Good to know. I do like the touch of seeing like other panels bleed through on this one page when the Omega beams go off.
Yep, it's a cool idea. Yeah, sort of like blending our two stories together. But yeah, we all of our most of our Justice Leaguers go into action. We fight Darkseid, and it's a pretty simple fight. There's nothing crazy to write home about here. Importantly, although this is a special and it is two stories, like it really is all one story. And at the end of the day, there's not much to do to talk about in this fight itself. Darkseid is defeated, seemingly killed for the time being, because you know how Darkseid stays dead all the time.
He's always dead. Mm-hmm.
And when he's defeated in the end, he seems to say, "Thank you, Darkseid ends." And then our Justice League begins looking into this other universe that Darkseid, this is something that has been created since Darkseid sort of ripped this hole in realities here, and it is decided that Booster Gold is going to go into this other reality here. And on the other side, we see a twisted version of Metropolis with the Daily Planet with an Omega Darkseid symbol on it, and Booster Golden contacting the rest of the League.
Get in touch is then attacked basically by Darkseid's Legion, which again are also characters we've seen in Williamson Superman. Well, some of it are like Jack Kirby New Gods, but also twisted versions of the Legion of Superheroes.
And that is where the first story ends. And so also where the second story ends. Our second story here is Omega, also by Scott Snyder and Williamson. We have Wes Craig on the art here, which I really love Wes Craig's art. I love Daniel St. Pierre as well, obviously. But Wes Craig is... Whenever you're doing Darkseid shit, you're doing New God shit. When you're doing New God shit, you're homaging Jack Kirby, and I think Wes Craig is a bit more overtly Kirby-esque in his style. I really like the style in the second story. It's a great idea. We get a story told from the perspective of Darkseid, specifically starting from the time period in which Absolute Power took place.
Yeah, which was interesting. Also, I love how easily this flows. Just very nicely, and how you really get, it's like, oh, Darkseid's just Darkseid. Like, that's the madness. He wants a new army, so he eventually is going to find a new army in a completely different universe.
Yeah.
Like, this is stuff where it feels like we're using kind of like metaphorical logic, like fairy tale logic, because it's Darkseid. Like, we go to the dark side of the moon.
We also get like a scene like, you know, in Darkseid finding his new army, like him abandoning his old army. We get whenever I say the death of a major DC character, I always have to put that in air quotes. But really, he kills Calabac here. He kills his own son, and like, it is Darkseid just in this endless search for power and this new army. He does go to the dark side of the moon, and it finds
Eclipso.
Yes, and then finds Jim Corrigan, the Spectre, and bonds with the Spectre and becomes the Spectre in a way. And then we start getting the other half of the first story where Darkseid attacks the Watchtower, and we see Darkseid kind of becomes Sisyphus. He becomes really aware of his own place in the universe and in the universes, as it were. We get like flashes of past stories and Darkseid's continual existence. We even get a little Final Crisis homage there.
Yeah,
and like Darkseid ends because he accepts his end and understands that the way of the universe is to kind of continue to go on, and that he will come back eventually, which is just a cool idea. And in doing this, we end up creating the Absolute Universe, in which we get little teases of our new versions of our Trinity. Did you know anything about the Absolute Trinity?
I knew a little bit about each of them. Like, I knew Superman is Clark without the Kents, basically, right?
Yep, very much so.
Batman is Bruce without the money.
Absolutely. It's a wonderful idea. And it's also Scott Snyder. And Diana is from hell. It's from hell.
Diana's from hell.
Jacob, when I say against all odds, Absolute Wonder Woman is my favorite of the Absolute titles, I really fucking mean it. It's so good.
We need to cover that someday. We need to cover.
Oh god, I've loved all the Trinity books. I'll say here's the thing: my Absolute books I'm reading right now are Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and Green Lantern. My absolute favorites are, no pun intended, absolute favorites are probably Wonder Woman and Green Lantern.
I've also heard good things about Absolute Martian Manhunter. Like,
so have I. Oh god, I'm so mad I didn't start picking up Martian Manhunter when I did, and I should have, but I didn't. And now I'll probably just be waiting for trades on that. But
yeah. I will say it's a great little flash where you get to see like all like the Trinity of the Absolute Universe very briefly, while Darkseid is monologuing, eventually culminating in Darkseid will be. And then we see, you know, Booster arriving from Darkseid's perspective.
Encountering Darkseid's Legion. Yeah. So it's
and we end on that spread. I really like the choice, right? That the spread isn't by Sampere and it isn't by Craig. It's by Dan Mora.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, also just kind of telling us straight up like where the storyline is going to be continued. It's Superman drawn by Dan Mora. Yeah, very excited for that going forward. Very
good. Very important catch up.
Yeah. This is like, oh god, I forget. Why did we do Rebirth? DC Universe Rebirth. Oh, for the button. For the button.
For the button. We needed it for the button.
Every now and then I realized there was just at some point a really important one shot that you never read, and we got to go back for a moment, and we've done that again. So
if we were doing one shots way back when the podcast started, it would have been for Detective Comics #1.
Yeah. So, oh man, great stuff. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, we could have done that then. You're right.
Yeah.
I mean, we basically still covered it on the episode. So
yeah, we did.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that about does it. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to check out other Fresh Face one-shots we do. We cover Superman by Joshua Williamson, Wonder Woman by Tom King, Trinity Daughter of Wonder Woman, the spin-off of Wonder Woman, Batman, The Long Halloween, The Last Halloween, The End of the Long Halloween Saga, and for the time being, The Uncanny X-Men by Gail Simone.
Look, I'm tempted to try to continue once the book ends.
I would like to do Unbreakable. I worry.
We are going to have to do the one-shot on the Age of
Age of Revelation one shot is already out. Like,
it's already out. Wait,
it's already out. It came out this fucking week. Like,
what the hell? What the hell,
yeah.
DC? I mean, not DC. What the hell, Marvel?
This is Marvel editorial bullshit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's, God. Whatever.
Please let this be. I mean,
it's probably one of those things. Much like this one shot, we'll probably have to go back and do eventually.
Yeah.
But otherwise, check out the main podcast, Fresh Face Comics. At the time of releasing this, just yesterday, we put out a bonus episode on Superman 2025, directed by James Gunn. Also coming up soon, we have an episode on Batman Rebirth Deluxe Edition Book 3, our continuation of our Tom King Batman coverage. And then after that is episode 100 of Fresh Face Comics, which as of the time of recording, Jacob still doesn't know what it is. And I have a guess. It's probably a very solid guess, but I think there may be something in there that you can't quite guess. So.
There's definitely... Based on what my guess is, it can't just be this, because this would be quite short for a 100th episode. Like,
That's true. But also, the 100th episode doesn't need to be long, I suppose.
But I feel like it's gotta be, you got something else up your sleeve.
You'll see. Don't worry. Trust in Joey. But yeah, also our link trees, everything will be down in the description below. You can follow us on socials, or if you want to follow us, be sure to subscribe to the channel, Blood Donut Studios. Any of support means the road to us. Check out as well the Blood Donut Studios Patreon. You can get all kinds of fun things there, like early Star Trek reviews, Star Trek commentaries, fresh-faced extras, and your name in the description of every Blood Donut video. And I think that actually does it now. So thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, this has been Joey Morgan.
And Jacob Licklider.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.